Super brief overview of the abdominal muscles. Here's the external abdominal oblique muscle, and it's going to go to the aponeurosis there, part of the rectus sheath. Then we have the internal abdominal oblique muscles, and deep to this we're going to have the transversus abdominis, and that's going to kind of run horizontally there. Then we have the rectus abdominis and the tendinous intersection and the linea alba. Let's talk about the arteries of the abdomen. We saw that the internal thoracic artery runs deep to the anterior thoracic wall. This artery splits off the musculophrenic artery that descends along the costal margin. The internal thoracic artery then continues to become the superior epigastric artery. Following the superior epigastric artery, we enter the rectus sheath superiorly to its posterior layer, deep to the rectus abdominis. Looking inferiorly, the external iliac artery gives rise to the inferior epigastric artery. It enters the rectus sheath inferior to the arcuate line. The superior and inferior epigastric arteries branch anastomose with each other, each distributing to the rectus abdominis and the anterolateral abdominal wall. The superficial epigastric artery arises from the femoral artery, and it runs in the superficial fascia towards the umbilicus, supplying the subcutaneous tissue and skin over the pubic and inferior umbilical region. Let's talk about what's up with the rectus sheath. Above the arcuate line, our posterior layer is a layer of parietal peritoneum, then transversalis fascia. Then we have the transversus abdominis aponeurosis. On top of this, we have a layer of internal oblique aponeurosis. Then we have a rectus abdominis. There she is. On top of our rectus abdominis, we have the anterior layer, and it's another layer of the internal oblique aponeurosis. Then we have the external oblique aponeurosis on top of that. Below the arcuate line, things are a little different. Our posterior layer is a layer of parietal peritoneum and transversalis fascia. Our rectus abdominis goes superficially to this. Then our anterior layer is made up of transversus abdominis aponeurosis, then internal oblique aponeurosis, then lastly, the external oblique aponeurosis on top of that. This is why you can't have an 8-pack.